Hi, everybody. This is Zari Ballard, and this is the When Love is Alive video podcast. Okay, so why do we stay with a narcissistic abuser, even when we know better? Even when we, as smart, educated, and normal people, realize that something about this person is uncomfortably off. Even as we watch the last slivers of our former self, the person that we were before the narc, fly out the window. Why do we do it? Well, the answer is amazingly complicated, but I'm going to give you 5 reasons why we stay with the narc. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. Okay, everybody. Hi, this is Zari Ballard. You are listening to the When Love is Alive video blog podcast. And today we're talking about 5 reasons why we stay with a narc. So let's talk about this. Since nothing about, and before I even get started on that, hit that like button if you like the video, and hit the subscribe button, and hit all those bells, whistles, whatever you got to do to get notified and all that. Okay, what you need to know is that since nothing about a relationship with a narc is normal, there will be nothing normal about the breakup. The truth is that unless a person has experienced life with the narc firsthand, they will never understand exactly what you are going through. So pay no mind to the incessant friendly advice from friends and loved ones of, why can't you leave? I don't understand you. Just walk out. Get over it. Only you and you alone can write the ending to the story. It's up to you as the narcissist victim partner to come to your senses. The catch, however, is that you need to do it without guilt or self-judgment. Having guilt, shame, or self-judgment will only keep you lingering in the loop. You must set all that aside in order to get the recovery ball rolling. So understand this, that the majority of the behaviors that get us into emotional trouble with a narc actually stem from our good qualities. Who would have thought it? Think about it. It's our tendency to never quit that makes us stay past closing time. And under normal circumstances, we'd be praised for that. The same goes for our willingness to forgive and our penchant for being compassionate and patient. A person could certainly have worse qualities. The problem with a narc situation is that none of this ever is reciprocated. And this is where it gets mixed up. See, the human brain simply isn't prepared to have feelings and emotions so completely rejected all the time. Okay? And thus, the question of why we stay becomes a true source of personal angst. So to start, let's take a look at 5 ways, 5 of the more complicated and crazy reasons why we do stay with narcissistic abusers. Number 1, because if we could only make them understand, everything would work itself out. Now, I don't know about you, but as the years passed, I became more and more obsessed with making my ex, the narc, understand the awfulness of his own mind-boggling behaviors. His actions were often so hurtful that I thought, surely if I could make him understand that pulling a month-long silent treatment for no reason at all was just wrong, we could live happily ever after. Obviously, that never happened. I do believe that 95% of us stay in the relationship just a little bit longer, allowing the narc to come back just one more time for this very reason. We think that perhaps we didn't explain it well enough the last time. Or maybe it's that awful childhood with a narcissistic mother that gets him a pass. Or who knows, but this time we're going to make him understand that he just can't do that. So we explain, and we explain, sometimes calmly, sometimes wildly, that it's his sketchy cell phone antics, mysterious disappearances and reappearances, and all those pathological lies that are the root of the problems and causes of the breakups. We figure that anyone with half a brain would understand that we are right, because we are. and do their best to fix it. After all, doesn't he want a normal relationship? So we explain, plead, and even bargain. But all we get is the infamous blank stare. And then another year goes by. See, this reason is why I always say, stop explaining. Just stop it. Just stop. A narc knows what he or she is doing. They do. They know right from wrong. They just don't give a shit. I've repeated it so many times I can't even tell you. Stop explaining. All you ever have to say to a narc is, nope, that's not the way it rolls. You know it, and I know it. Or, I know the truth, and so do you. Nope, that's not the way it went down. You know the truth, and so do you. That's it. That's it. I know it, and you know it. And that's it. That's all you ever got to say. It makes them insane, but who cares? Okay? And my video, 3 steps for dealing with a narc, that's like the number 1. Stop explaining. Because we do feel that if we could only make them just understand just this one time, he'll get it. He'll really get it. Everything would work itself out. And that's not the case. And like I said, and then another year goes by. Number 2, because after all, nobody's perfect. See, since we can never quite understand what the narcissist is thinking when he's behaving so badly, we bargain with logic to make excuses for it. Maybe he's just having a bad day. Or maybe we were really acting like a drama queen, or being too sensitive or jealous like he says. Even though, in all past relationships, even those that ended badly for us, we never remember feeling so horribly uneasy. Okay? But maybe this time it really is us, and we should cut the guy some slack. Even though in past relationships we never felt compelled to be super sleuth investigators about anything, perhaps now we really are making mountains out of molehills. After all, nobody's perfect, right? So when the narcissist returns, we choose to pick our battles and forgive and forget. And then another year goes by. See, one of our good qualities, or the qualities of an empath, is that we have the capability of, or the ability to self-reflect. And in that, we'll say, well, nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect. Why should I expect him to be perfect, or her to be perfect? And that is how we give these people a pass all the time. And they know it, okay? They know it. And because so much of what they do is their lies and their stories, their past is really about plausible deniability. We can't really prove it. It's kind of one of those things that just, it just kind of seems to be right on the line of being something really big or something that we're just, making too much of. So, but then we think, well, you know what? I can let that go because after all, nobody's perfect. And then another year goes by. Number 3. Because the truth is that we never really have any concrete proof of anything. How is it possible that despite having swift spidey senses and amazing super sleuth abilities, we can't ever seem to produce undeniable concrete evidence? Now, some might say, well, maybe that's because there's nothing to find. But I say that's bullshit. Narcissists and sociopaths know exactly how to keep their worlds from colliding. Mine used to look right at me and say, you can't prove that. And it's all about creating plausible deniability. A narc will duck and dodge and talk in riddles and punish us for asking questions, all with the intent of silencing our suspicions. Even our intuition, which never lies, by the way, and I've said that a million times, is no match for this deception. A narcissist in the game of life is in it to win it. Everything, all day, every day, is about what he or she can get away with. He'll keep his shenanigans so on the down low that even with evidence dropping all around, he rarely, if ever, gets caught. How is that? How does that happen? And because he knows that we want more than anything to believe he's loyal, he's not exactly worried about it. To us, the evidence we do have never seems to be quite enough. So we stay in the relationship, if only to hold out for that one more puzzle piece that would be undeniable. And then another year sadly goes by. Number 4, because he always eventually returns, so he really must love me. And this one is probably our number 1 reason for staying with a narcissist, and it couldn't be farther from the truth. If the partner we love truly loved us back, he wouldn't leave at all, let alone leave and return over and over and over. Like I've said 100 times, my ex would disappear every year in October and not resurface until sometime after the new year, conveniently missing every important holiday in between and shirking all relationship responsibilities. This guy would literally vanish. And each time he did, I suffered as if it was the first time. Since he always returned, usually like feigning some kind of amnesia as to why we ever broke up, I don't know what happened. I thought we were destined to be together. I mean, what guy in their right mind would keep returning over and over to someone he didn't love, right? I figured surely one of his reappearances would stick. One time, and me and my son still joke about this, one time, amazed that he was back, I demanded to know why. Based on his history, I should even consider it. And to this he announced, "Oh, those days are over." And it was pretty convincing. In previous years, his replies had ranged from, "Oh, what does it matter? I'm here now," to a shrug of the shoulder. So this newest comeback from his bag of tricks gave me great hope. When the narcissist proclaims his quote-unquote love, we simply want to believe. Sadly, we continually settle for crumbs, and then another year goes by. For me, it was just 9 short months till the next October. See, this one is sad to me because we really want to believe, and the truth is that in even the most normal of dysfunctional relationships, when it's over, it's over. Okay? They go away. Maybe you have a little bit of, contact right after the breakup, and maybe once or twice of makeup sex, or who knows, but then it's over, and you move along. You don't have to block people, and you don't have to, make new routes around town, and it's over. Okay, and they don't keep showing up at your door after disappearing for months. They don't. And it's not normal what they do. But we start to be trained to think that, and it's a bargain, okay? It's bargaining with all our logic, that if he keeps returning, then we're supposed to be together. Mine would even say, I think we're going to grow old together. And I'd be like, okay. Come on. It's insanity. It's insanity. Okay, number 5. Because we simply want to see what the fuck is going to happen next. And it does come down to that. Even better, when we've been in it long enough to predict the narc's next move, then we stay to see if what we've predicted is going to come true. And it usually does. And then being right becomes the addiction. Think about that. Is it crazy? Maybe, but that's what we do. And then another year goes by. This is that insane. Okay? We become addicted to the very drama that we hate. It's just the way it is when you're with a narc. It's just the way it is. You got to break the addiction. You got to look at it from the proper perspective. Okay? That this is not a sustainable thing. It's just not. Okay? It doesn't matter what's going to happen next. And if we can predict what's going to happen next, then there's nothing new under the sun. And his or her bad is as good as it's ever going to get. Why would we stay in that? Okay? You can escape the madness. And I can help you. I do it every day, all day long, with people all over the world. There is no magic fix, but relief is possible. It all begins with understanding, and it ends when you change your perspective. If you want to talk about it, call me. I have a consultation service. I offer an hour, 90-minute, 4.5-hour packages. It's all good. It's affordable. I'm accessible. It's easy to reach me. We'll work through it. We'll talk about it. I will tough love your ass right out of that relationship because I'm going to make you understand. I'm going to make you understand that it's not sustainable. If you know that something is wrong, if you can look ahead in the next year and see the same thing with this person, which you all do. Every time I ask that, everybody goes, I see the same thing. But it's the fear of the unknown that keeps us going back as well. When you look ahead and the future's kind of fuzzy, it's only fuzzy because you can make it whatever you want to be. But when you're with a narc and you're looking ahead and you see the same thing a year, your life's too short. It's absolutely too short. This is a crazy life that we lead. And recovery from narcissist abuse has got to be a team effort. So, thank you for joining me today. I appreciate your time as always. My books are available on Amazon and also on Audible. My website is thenarcissisticpersonality.com. You can reach me at Gmail, zbwriter, WRITER 49 at gmail.com. And I'm more than willing to help you get through it all the way to the end. Done it many times. What are you waiting for? Hit those bells and those buttons, and I will see you next time.